G'day guys, and welcome back to the channel. Been a while since I posted anything up there, been a bit slacko, but we're going to get back into it right now. Guys, we're doing another Australis log today. Bit of a twist with this one. What we're going to do is put them into this new box that I've made. So this guy here is our standard Australis vertical splitting box, and all I've done is I've laid it down. Okay, so if I stand it up like that, you can see that's one box half and that's the other box half if it was going to be in a vertical application, and I've just laid them down. So we've made a long shallow box. It's about 85 mil deep. Obviously the volume is exactly the same as if it was in the other configuration. It's 2.5 litres. So I'm really keen to see how they go in this box, and I reckon they'll go okay just quietly. So without further ado, let's get into opening a log and getting some bees in here. Righto, let's go. All right guys, we're in. Pretty small nest, really. Let's come back a little bit. So nest goes from like here to here, so 500 mil. That's about it. But you imagine this nest spread out in that long box, should be pretty good. One thing to note in here, there's a heap of queen cells in there. Wow, there's at least 3 in there that I can see. See this white stuff on the honey stores? That is sugar from the feeders that we had set out over winter. So that's interesting. So there won't be much sort of genuine ridgy-dig Australis honey in this log. There'll be enough for a taste. Alrighty, let's get into it, eh? Sweet. Alright guys, so I'm just about to go in for the brood. I've got a bit of honey in the box already. Stacks of room left over. One interesting thing that I just noticed, I didn't pay much attention to before, is there's not much pollen in this log at all. Bugger all. Anyway, we'll keep going. Now we might have a little pleasant surprise here. I don't know for sure, but just looking at these bees, and I've never seen them before, only in books, but these may be red bum AAs. And if that's the case, then oh my god, that's a massive bonus. But I'll let others make the call on that as to whether they are or they aren't. But anyway, let's crack on. I don't know for sure, but a lot of these Australis here have got quite orange abdomens. Like that guy there. Do we have the red bums? Ooh, I don't know. I'll leave it up to someone more experienced than I. Wow, cool. Righto. Alrighty guys, so here we are just removing the brood from the first side of this log. I prefer to use a little spatula and a spoon. The size of the spoon that I use is sort of dependent on the cavity within the log and how open and accessible the brood is. So I'm just using like a dessert spoon here, and Australis brood is super crumbly. So yeah, a spoon is definitely mandatory. So I'm just going to move on to the other side of the log now, which has got the majority of the brood. You can see most of that stuff came out really nicely. I like to run the palette knife sort of right around the bottom and the sides of the log, and that will knock off any connectives that are holding the brood to the log, and then sort of try and maneuver it into the spoon. But you do have to be super careful with Australis brood because it is so crumbly. it's really easy to make a mess of it. Alright guys, we're done. Let's have a look what we got here. So I definitely did see the queen in this box. And look at the abdomens on these bees. Look how orange they are. So I know the queen's in there somewhere. There is, however, that big queen cell right there, right in the middle of the screen, just in case. So looking good. But so for the layout in this box, you can see I got a fair bit of honey up the back end of the box, brood in the middle, good chunk of pollen in the front of the box. I pulled the entrance tunnel out of the log and put it on the entrance on the inside just to tell them which way is out of the box. Sometimes they can be a bit silly. And we recovered a lot of bees. So we'll now transfer these bees into the hive and get them back in position, and we'll just see how they go. Good stuff. So there's an awful lot of orange abdomens there. I don't know, could we be so lucky? Alrighty, there's our queenie. Let's have a closer look at how these orange bum ladies are going in the long box. They've been in here for a week now. Let's zoom back to give you a bit of perspective. So a lot of room in the box still, which is great. Got some good pollen accumulating at the front. Lots and lots of new honey pots going in. They've built heaps of new brood. Overall looking magnificent. Good stuff. So to give you some perspective, the box in this configuration is pretty much identical to the bottom layer of a standard oath, I guess. They appear to be doing really nicely in there. So that's great. Okay, catch you later guys. See ya. Alright guys, that's a wrap, and a wrap for 2022. Hope you all have a really good and safe Christmas, eh? Righto, be good to yourselves. See ya.